Hey everyone, for this video I want to talk about linting. Let me close that file. So I'm just in our hospital data project directory, and then right at the root of this is this ESLint RC JSON. So this is what this file looks like, and just notice what we have under extends. And these are the rule sets that we are extending. So we're saying, hey, extend our configuration with these rules. And so we want the ESLint recommended rules, we want the React app rules, and we want the Google rules. Now, we have two directories here that have JavaScript code in them that we want to lint. We have the utils directory and we have the hospital data directory. Hospital data uses create React app, and we already have a configuration dropped in here for React that, or I'm sorry, for ESLint that comes from using create React app. Utils directory we just made and we ran node init, so we don't have one for that. So I'm just going to go terminal, new terminal. And the very first thing we need to do is set up utils so that it lints okay. So we'll go into the utils directory and we're going to npm install ESLint and ESLint config Google. Oops. Just like we've done for our other projects. So I'm going to let that run. And at this point, so it shows us the versions that we have, ESLint, ESLint config Google, and I'm just going to run npx ESLint, and I'm going to do -c, so this is the same thing our linter is doing. Actually, we'll try it without the -c, so we'll just npx ESLint, and we'll just do a dot. We say we want to lint all the files. And so it says it cannot find this module, ESLint config React app, referenced from our ESLint RC JSON. And it's referencing this file because in our VS Code settings, we have that ESLint options config file set. So this is an easy fix for working locally. Just go ahead and install that configuration. So npm install that as well. So remember, we're just inside this utils folder. So now I'm just going to go up npx ESLint dot. So we're just going to run that. And now it looks for the next module, ESLint plugin import. So just go ahead and grab that. Oops. I didn't hit copy, so I'm just copying that. So npm and paste that in, ESLint plugin import. So now npx, I just hit my up there, npx ESLint dot again. And so what we're doing, we're slowly whittling our way down through all the dependencies that this needs to run. So npm ESLint plugin flow type. Run ESLint again. Now it wants accessibility. That's Ali A11Y. That means accessibility. So we'll just copy that. npm ESLint plugin JSX accessibility. npx ESLint dot. So we're missing ESLint plugin React. Copy that. npm paste that in. npx ESLint dot. Cannot find module Babel ESLint. So let's grab that. npm Oops. Just copy that. Control C. npm Babel ESLint. So now npx ESLint dot. At this point, we had everything installed. It says React version set to detect, React package not installed, a simulation React version for linting. That's all fine. We don't have React installed. That's okay. We're sharing that one configuration file across both of these, so we're just matching up the dependencies. So now we've reached the point where we have a lint output here, so it's linting something. So I'm just going to hit Command-Shift-P, developer reload window. All right. Under utils, I'm going to look in clean DRG. Right, I'm going to look under problems here. So my linter is working. So raw JSON, use const instead. Some people in class talk about this. When you hover over this, there's this quick fix. And you say fix this prefer const problem, and it'll just switch it over. Right, we can hit save. Just save the file. It fixes everything that it can fix when you just hit save. So let's look at clean prices.js. Few red lines in here. Let's hit save. Those are all fixed. So now we go back to terminal, cd back into utils, ls npx eslint dot. Right? There's no output. Or we can ignore these warnings. We don't have React installed in this directory. That's perfectly fine. We installed the dependencies we need. This is all clean. Right here, git add dot. We're inside this utils folder. Just add everything in there. Git commit -m linted utils. Right? Commit those changes. So cd dot dot. Let's go up a directory. Now let's cd into hospital -data. Let's npm I eslint config Google. So even though hospital data already has the eslint installed, it already has all the eslint React stuff that we just had to go put in the utils directory. It's already got all that installed. It doesn't have that Google config installed. So we'll let that run. And once it's installed, we're going to do the same command here. npx eslint dot. Right, so there are quite a few errors in here. That's okay. That's what we want. We're here to fix those errors. So again, I'm just going to hit Command-Shift-P. I'm going to reload the window. We've installed an ESLint plugin that's affecting how ESLint will run. So we want to reload code so that it's picked up those changes. It picked up everything we installed. So now I'm going to go inside hospital data. I'm going to go inside my source folder. I'm going to go to app.js. I'm going to look and see. Here's some stuff. We're getting some red lines here. JS.comments needed on all of these. So our linter's working. And these are all rules that need to be fixed for this project and for our final project. So again, in here, we can cd. Notice my terminal reloaded, but I'm not in that hospital data folder. Cd into hospital data. I'm going to type in clear. Just clear that up. So npx eslint dot. We're going to let that run. And you can see there's a ton of stuff in here. 2,273 errors and 0 warnings potentially fixable. 2,344 problems. All this stuff. So let's just run npx eslint -- fix dot. Right, so it said, read that again. It was 22,000 of those were fixable just by feeding in that fix flag. Right, so now we're down to 73 problems. So that's manageable. So I'm going to scroll up here. We'll just look and see. It's all of these files that we've created, that we've edited. And so we can start here. You just it says command click to follow that link here on the Mac. So hold down command click on that. It opens that file for us. Service worker. There's a problem with service worker. I gave you all the fix for that file. So the fix for that file, let's go gist.github.com. This is posted in Slack. I'm giving you service worker JS, right? So just hit the raw button here, grab all the contents. You can find that message, the link to this gist pinned in Slack. Grab that whole file, copy all that, paste it in right here and hit save. Right? Look at there. File's fixed. So we're good with that. So let's run npx eslint -- fix dot. We can leave that fix flag in there. That's perfectly fine. So notice we had an issue here on this file. We had a few, and there were 73 problems. So we just hit that, run that again. Right. So now where are we at? Set line 78, line 121 exceeds maximum line length of 80 for both of those. The file I gave you should have had that fixed. So let's go take a look. 78. Line 78 updated. What's a simple fix? Let's just split that line. Has been fetched. There's a trailing space there. Just that. Hit save. What was the next one it was complaining about? Line 121. That's what this is telling us. That 121 means line 121. So we can see that here. So that line is a little long. So we could change the line length. And we can also just break that line. It's not pretty. we'll just get in there, fix the file. So let's run this again, npx eslint --fix dot. So that file now is gone. So we're down to 67 problems. So we're going to go to the next file here, drg.js. And so it's just complaining here, wakemed_drg. This is my fault. I've been doing a lot of Python, not a lot of JavaScript. It just wants it to be camel case. So we just come over here to our source folder, right? We're in hospital data and then source. We're going to right click on source and we're going to do find in folder. And we're going to find wakemed_drg. We're going to replace that with wakemed capital D RG. So wakemed_drg becomes camel cased wakemed_drg. And so if we come down here, there's a find and replace that'll pop up. So I'm going to hit enter. And so it found 8 results in 4 files. So you can see this .wakemed data equals. You can go through and look at these on each individual file. So let's just click on this line here. It takes you right here. It shows you the red side. It's what it's changing, right? So it goes red to green. So you just hit that replace there, or you can hit the replace all up here. So we'll just hit replace all, replace 8 occurrences in 4 files, click replace. All right, so we're good with that. It saves everything and closes it. Changed all of our variables. It looks like there's a couple more errors in here. You all hit this in class. It was that max line length in this file. So /* eslint, and I know we're going to stub something in here. So let's open a Google and let's do eslint max len. Go into this rules here. Scroll down. Ignore strings. Right? So just grab that comment right there. That's going to turn that off for us. We'll throw this right here at the top of the file. We'll hit save, and that should fix that. And look over here on the right-hand side. There's no little red dots, so we don't have any more errors there. So I'm going to close this file. I'm going to go back to my file tree. While we're in here, I'm going to go ahead and fix UNC. All right, so let's drop that into that file and close it. And then Duke DRG, we're just pasting this at the top, turning off that max line length there. And so now, back on source, I'm right-clicking again, find in folder, and instead of wakemed_drg, I want to find Duke_drg, and I want to replace it with camel case, Duke DRG. So I'm just going to hit enter, replace all, 8 occurrences, 4 files, replace those, all done. Last one, UNC_DRG, and replace that with UNC capital DRG. So we just hit enter, perform that search, replace all, 8 occurrences and 4 files. We'll hit replace on that. So now, back down here in terminal at the bottom, I'm just going to pipe in a clear there, clear that out. npx eslint --fix dot. So we were at 63 errors or something. We're down to 7 problems now. So we have a line length issue on bubble chart, cards defined and not used, because I had made some changes last night, and this was hard-coded in, so we'll go in and fix that. And table index has 1. So these are both line length issues. Let's open bubble charts. I'm sitting command click and command click here on the Mac. So we go in bubble chart. Let's see, where was that line length? It's on line 63. So notice we have all of this red in here. We just need to put some JS doc comments in here. So what was I doing? Line 63, I went past it. Line 63, this line's a little long, so we can rewrite this and drop this down like that. The easiest thing to do, we just say this dot svg and break on these dots. And then we can hit save, so it indented that. So that'll fix that line length there. And then table index line 3. So table index line 3. There's this really long import in this comment after it. So we just like chop off that comment. We've got a trailing space right there. So just into that line's red, just backspace that space out and hit save. So we'll run our npx eslint --fix dot again. We're down to 5 problems. They're all in this group chart. And so I was playing with React Bulma components, and that was still hanging around. So card was in there, so we can hit save. We have some console statements that we need to take out now. Our code's getting near done. So let's go to line 74. Where are we at? Line 74. Keep scrolling past it there. Line 74, console log group data. We don't need that anymore. Console log here on line 77. Notice these, every time we remove something, these line numbers are going to be different. So we're just going to look in the vicinity of 122. And there it is, console log. It had moved to 117. So we'll take that out. One more time, npx ESLint -- fix dot. And so line 140 here in group chart index. Let's go down to line. I went way past that. 140 const groups. I feel like, was this the one we just fixed? Something, it may be formatting. So I'm using prettier here. So I'm going to run ESLint without the fix option. Make sure ESLint's not formatting anything. Yeah, so there we go. So we got a clean run. npx ESLint dot and gave us a clean run there. So all of this is red though, and we need to fix this. So it's not complaining in here. If you want to do this, npx ESLint -c, that's the config file. Notice we are in hospital data. Our config file's up a directory, .eslint rc.json. And so here is where it's going to pull out. Of course, the editor up here is using that. And so it's just all these missing JS.comments. And so we can run through these one at a time. And so we'll go to wakemed table index.js. And so we want to drop in JS.comment here. So look, it's /*, and it even prompts this is a JS.comment. And we're just going to say, so I can see this, I'm going to copy the name of that. So wakemed table presents the wakemed drg, just make a new line, data in a tabulator table. Now I know this is going to complain in the other file, so I'm just going to copy this. We'll hit save. So that fixed that file. I know there's going to be another one. All these tables are going to have that same problem. Let's open UNC table. We'll paste that same comment in. We'll just move that up. Say UNC table presents the UNC DRG data in a tabulator table. So we'll hit save on that. And let's see, where's that Duke? I'm sure the Duke table has the same problem. Let's go to our files here. UNC table, let's go to Duke table index. Sure enough, paste in that same one. Just copy and paste that name here. Duke table presents the Duke DRG data in a tabulator table. So we're describing what this class does. So we had 45 problems. Run this again. npx ESLint -c // means go up a directory. Use the .eslint rc config file we have specified there. And so table needs a few comments. Oops. So / .js.comment here. So we will say table presents the specified table data. See that reference right there? Table data. Hit enter. And columns as a tabulator table. All right, so there's what table does. Now let's see what we got. Here's a red line missing in js.comment. So component did mount /*, right? And look right here. Just take this comment out of the top of this function. Move this up here and say component did mount instantiates. All right, we're just changing this. Instantiates a tabulator when element is mounted. Right, so we can save that. Let's go down. Here's our next one. You can look on the sidebar. See the red over here so you know where you're going on the file here. And so finally I have this render method. Right? And this can be generic. We can say render this table with a header. Right? And it renders it with the table because we have this table header. So I can look over it. Let's see. Missing JS doc at return because this function returns something. So I have to specify the return type here. So we say return, is it return? Sorry, it's at return, plural, at returns. Notice it was prompting me, right? So I do at, I can see all the different things. So returns, if we hover over this, it should say it's missing something. It was missing curly braces. So it returns, we'll just say any JSX content. So we're saying that this file, oh, it's not returns plural. That's interesting. Sorry, my fault. At return, this in curly braces is the type. So just say it returns anything. It's JSX content. So at this point, this file should be all fixed up. We'll run npx ESLint-C again down here in the terminal, just so we can see the next files. We fixed that file. It's gone. Group chart needs some love. Quite a few different files here. Easy fixes. Command click to follow. We're just going to fill in these. /*/ group chart creates a set of bubble charts for grouped data. And that line's probably too long, so we'll just drop that down into a different line. Get rid of that trailing space. Right, so now get rid of that. Constructor, props, here missing a JS docs comment. So /**. Look at what this constructor does. Sets up, oh, let's put a space in here, our chart data. All right, that's the core of what this function does. Now, it takes an argument props, so I guarantee that line is red because it says we're missing a parameter for props. So props is an object. That's a React convention. So we just say at param, that's a function parameter. Props up here, this argument we're passing in. At param, object, props. And so we're just saying that takes an object. So as we keep going through these functions, we just write a comment on top of those of what they do and what they return. /*/ get group charts, right? Get group charts generates single group charts for each data set. Oops. Yeah, I want to upgrade Java right now. That's great. For each data set. Now, it returns something different, right? So this returns, this is at return. What's the type of this? Look what this is returning. This.state.top20.map. We know when things map over it, it returns an array of anything, right? So this returns an array of single group chart array, right? Or you could say single group chart items. You can say single group chart components, right? So let's look for a function. I don't know. I think y'all can figure this out. I mean, you just go through, put these comments in on top. I don't think it's worth our time here to walk through every one of these in the video, but this is how you put those comments here. So render. So let's fix this. Presents all single group charts with a header, right? Because there's that H2 header, right? And this return, this doesn't return an array. Just put any in here. And we'll say this returns our charts JSX. Right, so that file's done, I think. Or no, oh yeah, this has two components in it. My fault. So that file's not done. So we just rinse and repeat. So just go through, put a JS.comment on top of the class, what the class does. It's a single group chart. Let's see, do we have any functions that take arguments and return? Yeah, let's fix pack. So let's write one here for pack. So this is going to have a couple things. So /*/. So this creates a pack layout, or it's not really, it is a pack layout. And I'm trying to remember what pack returns. Let's see if we hover over this, if it tells us D3, oops, let's hover over D3 pack. Creates a new pack layout, yeah. Creates a new pack layout with the given size, and this has a param, and the param, if you go back and look, so we put curly braces in here, what gets passed into pack, that param is an array, and just write it out as an array, right? You're writing documentation, width, height. So it should be okay with us putting it in there. Seeing JS comment, size, found array. Oh, we have to give it the name. I apologize. There we go. So param array, size, width, and height. You show it. Well, this is what it takes. It takes an array that's width and height. And then it tells us, we hover over that. There's a lot of red on the page, but we're missing JSDoc at return. So it at return. And this returns a function, is what this returns. We get this new pack layout. So just say function D3 pack layout. And so now we hover over this. It's just mad because this is wanting a comment for the entire class. So we're just going to up here // presents a single group chart used by group chart. It would help if I did that right. So that gets rid of that, all that red, so that we can actually see that the pack function is actually documented correctly. And so let's do one more together here. I'm just going to copy and paste this. And so same thing here. Make hierarchy has a parameter and it returns something. So the param here, it takes some data, and the data is an array, so we don't have to change anything. Data is an array. If you want to know if it's an array, look at where this is called. So just Command F for make hierarchy. Data is object.values. Object.values returns an array, and then that calls this.make hierarchy data, right? So that's an array. So param array, and then it's not called size, it's called data. We can just stub out what this looks like. Record, right? And so we just do 3 dots, right? So it's on and on and on. So it's just an array of records is what data is. D3.hierarchy calls sum. If you hover over that, it'll tell you what it returns. So look, they're using the same JSDoc formatting for the D3. So hover over hierarchy, scroll down with the mouse wheel, data, children, param, constructs the root node, and all of this is chainable. So the fact that this is chainable, if you call something like hierarchy, and then you call something after it, it returns a function, and that function is a D3. I'm going to misspell that, hierarchy. Left a Y off there. Hierarchy, data, structure. I'm going to end the video right here. So that's how you go through and lint everything. Once you put JS.comments and everything, your lint should be passing.